Hi everybody, Rachel here from Rachthestamper.com, and today I'm going to attempt to show you how to make this bridge fold card. I say attempt because yesterday I did a YouTube live and for some reason only 30 seconds of the video uploaded. It made me so sad, and my new friend Diane asked me if I could do a video tutorial for this, and every time I make this, it's like Groundhog Day. It never, for some reason, gets finished. I filmed it 3 times on Thursday and I got interrupted 27 times. So I'm going to try to do this one more time. This I made with the Fabulous Flamingo stamp set. You can see it stands up. It's super cool. It's like a diorama style card, which is what I absolutely love about this. It's really fun. You could use so many different stamp sets to make this. So I'm going to show you guys how to make this card today. It's pretty simple. And the only thing I'm going to say is we're going to make the base part of this first, this background, because it does need a little time to dry because I actually made it on glossy cardstock, but it's really, really simple. So before we get started, I just have a couple things I want to share with you. So just in case you're unaware, Stampin' Up! Is running a fabulous promo right now. And what they have, there's actually 2 different things. So right now, they're running something called bonus days. So anything that you buy through July 31st, if you spend $50, you'll get a $5 coupon to use for August. So if you spend $150, you'll get $15 that you can use in August. And that you can buy anything with it. So that is one of the things that's going on right now. And on top of that, there is a really, really awesome promo if you want to sign up to be a demonstrator. And the reason I say if you want to is this deal is so good that it's insane that you would pass it up because you get so many extra free bonuses with it. You get $52 worth of extra stuff with it. So I'm going to show you. So if you sign up as a demonstrator, you get to pick, first of all, $125 worth of merchandise for $99. You can pick anything you like. So you could buy $125 worth of cardstock. You could buy $125 worth of fast views. You could buy whatever you like. You can buy stamps. You could buy the Big Shot if you wanted to. That would be a great investment. But you can buy $125 worth of stuff. You pay $99, no shipping. And then on top of that, you get this, which is awesome. So I'm going to show you. You get this stack of grid paper, which lasts a really long time. I've bought one so far. I bought this, I think, a year ago, and I still haven't gone through it. So you get a stack of grid paper. You get paper snips. These are not Stampin' Up! Paper snips, but you get paper snips. They're black. These are great for fussy cutting things out. So you get something similar to this, but theirs are completely black. You get a bone folder, which helps you to crease all of your cards and your projects. And I'm going to tell you, this bone folder, I have had this since I started stamping for 14 years. Never had to get a new one. It does have a little bit of indentation because I must always do it this way, but you can turn it around how many different ways and use it. So you only need one, so this is a great one to use. You also get 2 of these. These are D-size blocks. So you get 2 of these, and then you get snail adhesive. So you get 1 of these. So you get paper, snips, these are their snips, the bone folder, the adhesive, you get 2 D-side blocks, and you get the grid paper, and then on top of it, you also get this Carols of Christmas stamp set, which is this. And right now, the only way to get this is if you're a demonstrator, so you get this for free as well. So you even get a stamp set. How awesome. And this has so many great sayings in it. Peace on earth, deck the halls. And it has all these really little pretty ornaments. There's poinsettias. There's a little reindeer. This also has a coordinating framelit set that you could get after you become a demonstrator. So if it wants, make it a little bit easier for you to cut out stuff, but also has a set that you can make cards with, which is really, really cool. So anyway, I just wanted to go over that with you quickly. You can do this through July 31st. I would love to have you join my team. We have so many very creative, talented ladies on the team that will show you so many things. They have so many ideas, inspiration, different things that you can do with cards and projects and whatnot. Hey buddy, can you stop? Stop. Sorry about that. Cards and projects and stuff. So if you join me as a demonstrator, you get to be part of this really great team. It's called Team Stamp It. And we have a Facebook group. We have a lot of stuff. So anyway, if you get to join, all you have to do is you go to rachthestamper.stampinup.net. On the top, you're going to go to join the fun, and then you go about halfway down and there's a box that says join now. You just fill in all your information. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me anything whatsoever. I will get back to you as soon as possible. You can reach me at rachthestamper@gmail.com. You do not ever have to sell anything. You can join just to be a happy shopper. So you get a discount on everything you buy from then on. You get a discount on all future purchases as long as you remain an active demonstrator, which is awesome. So you can support your habit easier. So anyway, onto this card. I'm going to show you how to make this today. It was really easy to make, really fun. I'm hoping for some reason my phone doesn't cut off, because that would be exactly what would happen at this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Fabulous Flamingo stamp set to make this, and I'm going to show you a couple shortcuts. And again, this is by request of a new friend of mine. Her name is Diane. She lives in Arizona. So Diane, I hope you love this card. This is what your card is going to look like when you finish your base, but I'm going to show you how to cut that out as well. Hey, bud. Quieter, go. So you're going to take a full sheet of 8.5 by 11. And I did the first one. This one I actually did with Always Artichoke. So I'm going to show you how to cut it with, what is this here? Yeah, I don't think Old Olive will look good. Let me do Garden Green, since we kind of already have one, so I'll show you. So you have a full sheet, so you can make 2 cards out of one here. So you're going to cut it at 4 1/4. Okay, and then so you can make 2 out of this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to trim it off at 8 inches. Okay, just like that. So you also have a little scrap piece here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold this. And you're going to score a couple things, do a little bit of folding, and that's it. So what we're going to do is we're going to score at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 5 1/2, 6 3/4. That's it. Okay. So we're going to take this and you're going to fold in like that, fold out. Okay, same thing again, fold in, fold out. Voila, that's it. There's your base card, okay? So I'm going to show you a couple other things to trim up while we're at it. So for the base layer, I actually used some glossy cardstock, okay? And I'm going to show you what I did with that as well. I have one here that's dry because you do have to let it dry before you use it. I think this is about the same size. Yeah, we'll just trim this one up a little bit. So you're going to use glossy cardstock for that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use Shimmer White. I thought I had a bigger piece, but we're going to use Shimmer White paper to stamp our flamingo and to put our sentiment on, just because it'll look a little prettier. And we can actually, we're going to just use it for these background pieces as well, because that way it'll make it a little bit more cohesive and it'll make it a little prettier. So what I'm going to show you first is cutting the glossy cardstock, because you have to do this and you have to let it dry. Okay, so we're going to cut this to be 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, all the measurements are on the blog. I actually had the blog post ready. I'm just working on the video. So we're going to do this first, and then we'll go back and cut the rest of it. I apologize. I know this seems a little bit out of order, but I want to let this dry so you understand that this does have to dry before you do anything with it. So we're going to use Garden Green, Lemon Lime Twist, Soft Sky, Pool Party, and a little bit of Island Indigo for this part, okay? And then we're going to use this again for the rest of it. So first we're going to do our Garden Green and our Lemon Lime Twist. Put our palm frond on a block here. And we're going to do the dark first. So Garden Green first. All right, when you stamp on the glossy cardstock, just make sure that you stamp up and pull straight up. So you don't want to turn it, twist it, anything like that, because it will smudge. Straight up and down. You can also stamp off if you like to get different shades and hues of the green. So that's enough for that. Now we're going to go ahead and do the Lemon Lime Twist. Just give this a little spritz just to clean this off. I don't want to mess up my ink pad. so now we have Lemon Lime Twist. Okay. And other bit of advice, when you're using the glossy cardstock, and especially with the photopolymer stamps, you don't want to push hard and kind of mush around, because then you'll get the ring around your stamp. So what you want to do when you're inking these up, just to make sure you kind of eliminate the ink, is just tap, 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 like that. Okay, so this card was inspired, actually, I cannot remember her name, but this lady, and if I find out what her name is, I'll put it on the blog, because I'm sure I have the card saved somewhere. She made a Moana card, and this is the background she used to have her on the beach, and it was so, so cool. And I'm going to make that card soon for my niece for her birthday, because she will absolutely love that. Okay, so this needs to sit and dry, okay? I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the water just to demonstrate it for you so you know. But you're going to need to let this sit and dry. So that's why I say you want to make this first, and then you could do like the rest of your base and stamping and etc. So we're going to take the water, and that is in the Fabulous Flamingo as well. If for some reason you don't have the Flamingo and you want water, you could also do use the High Tide stamp set. That would work out really well. Okay, so we're going to stamp the water. We're going to go first with Soft Sky. Same thing again, stamping on and right off. I'm just going to fill in a little bit on the side. And you want to make sure you attempt to keep one of your fingers clean. That way you can kind of hold and pull this off, just so you don't smudge it when you pull it off, okay? And then we're going to go with Pool Party. It's very difficult for me. Usually all of my fingers are covered in ink, so if that's you, I feel your pain. I am the same way. I'm kind of like Pigpen when I stamp from Charlie Brown. Okay, so that is Pool Party. And again, you can add in however many of these you do or don't want. No requirements, just do what you like. And now with the Island Indigo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of go around the edge a little bit with a sponge. And again, you definitely want to make sure you let this dry. So I'm going to try to pick it up without ruining it. And what I have been doing lately is using this side instead of using the top or the edge. I've been using the side because it seems to pick up just a slight bit of ink, and I'm going to just kind of sponge the edges a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this flat, and I'm just going to kind of pop over top of it just like that. Okay, so put this on the side because we are going to use this again for our other strip. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set this somewhere to let it dry. Okay, where do I even have a space? All right, so I'm going to set that over there to let it dry. We're going to end up using our piece that already is dried, just FYI, but you want to stamp it and put it on the side. That way you don't ruin it. Okay, so now we're going to grab our trimmer one more time, and then this time we're going to use the Shimmer White, and now we're going to cut out a few pieces for our for the rest of our card. And you can decorate this as much as you want. So I'm only going to put strips here on these two, but you can also cut out ones here. So if you do, these are 1x4. So if you want to do all four, you're going to need 4 pieces of 1x4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we're going to also cut out our bridge piece. So we're going to cut this at 1 inch by 4. And we're going to do that. I'm just going to do it twice because I'm going to show you what we're going to do for the bridge. So 1 by 4 we'll do for those two, and then I'll show you the other one. 1 by 4. All right, these will be for my 2 outside pieces, and then the bridge part is going to be 1 by 5 3/8. So 1, 2, it's just before the half. Okay, so that's. These are all Shimmer White, so they have a little bit of a sparkle in them, okay? And only other thing you're going to need is you're going to want to have a piece so you can stamp your flamingo, and we're going to go ahead and do that now as well. That way it has a little bit of time to dry. So the way I did the flamingo is you can do this actually a couple different ways. I'm going to do all 3 of them this time just to see how it looks. Powder Pink and Flirty Flamingo are what we're going to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the flamingo body first. Okay, that's Powder Pink. And then we'll do the feathers. So I guess if you do it, you kind of have to do one or the other, because I think this is, haven't really played around with this as much as I would have liked to yet. With the photopolymer, the great part is too, you can line everything right up. So it's perfectly matched on top. So I just want to see this. I'm going to do this one more time, but I'm going to do this in a different shade. I just want to see how it'll work out. So this is, I'm just doing an extra one just for the heck of it. That is powder pink. Probably should have done the other one darker. I don't know how that's going to show up. Let me do one more just for the heck of it. We'll do multiple flamingos today. All right, and then I'm going to add the legs with black, but I want to see how they look first. Let's see. I'm going to try this one with, I bet you have to do this with the base. I'm digressing here. That kind of looks neat. And you can also do this where you color in the black and then you do the pink, so you could use your markers to fill in the pink and then the black on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead back to adding the legs. So the legs are going to just be in archival black ink. I have to play around with this a little bit more. This was one of the first stamp sets that caught my eye. And sadly enough, I just have not had enough time, well, as much as I would like to stamp. So I haven't played with this very much. So we're just going to add the legs down here at the bottom. All right. And I'm going to go ahead, and I actually stamped another one the other day, so I'm going to trim that one out, but you're going to want to let this dry a little bit, and then you can decide which type of a flamingo, how dark you want it to be. And I'm going to fool around with these, and I'm going to put maybe some images on after the fact to see what these look like stamped. Okay, so I have my little flamingo here. I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut this out as quickly as I can. And the paper snips are great for this. And you can cut this as close, oops, or as far as you like. So if you would like to have a bigger border around it, you can. But I kind of wanted to get it so it looked like it was just the flamingo standing there, which is why I cut pretty close to the legs. But you can cut however you like. And it really isn't too much of a pain because it does have some good pieces to pull out. I am still running my contest right now on YouTube. I'm trying to get to 1,600 followers. So if you haven't already, if you would please subscribe and then leave a comment with Rach1600, Rach1600, and I will enter you to win. I'm giving away some sequins that were in last year's Occasions catalog. They're really, really fun. They are Fancy Frost. So I'm giving those away. All you have to do to enter is just leave your name and a comment. You do have to subscribe to me on YouTube for it to qualify. And I think right now I'm at like 1575. So as soon as I get closer to 1600, I'll put all the names and draw a winner. And anyone can enter. You don't have to be a customer yet, but I would love for you to be my customer. Okay, so you can see that was pretty quick to trim out. And again, you can kind of go in here. You can get as close to the neck as you like. It's just up to how much you like to fussy cut. Personally, I enjoy it, but I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me do it. So we'll make it a little bit quicker. Hey. So let me move all this out of the way, and I'm going to show you the last bit of stamping. So we have our flamingo. The only other thing we need to do is our bridge and our little side pieces. So for those, what we're going to do is the same thing again. We're going to do the water, and we will do that with some Pool Party, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick for the soft sky. So we're going to do Pool Party. You can kind of flip it upside down if you're afraid that it's going to be too matchy. Do a little bit here on the side, because this is going to be the bottom of your water for the other side. Okay, and then you're going to take your, hey bud. You're going to take your sponge like we did earlier. Is that the right? Nope, here it is. You're going to take your sponge and you're going to use the side of it. And what I did is I kind of just went across the top just to kind of give almost like a cloud-like look. You can see it makes like a sort of a sky look. It doesn't have to be anything definitive, but it just gives a little bit more of interest instead of it just being white up there. You could also take it a step farther and go over it with a little bit of craft white ink if you wanted to do a little bit of a cloud look. That would be really pretty. And then finally, I just took the Island Indigo and I did a little sponging around the edge just to give a little bit more of a water feeling towards the bottom. And again, this totally depends on how you want to set up your bridge on the card. Let me show you this last one and I'll show you how you can hook it up. You can also add in a little bit of a wink of Stella if you wanted a little bit of a glitter look to your water. That would be a great idea as well. Just go over top of it. Give a little shimmer to your water. That's another idea I didn't do the first time, so that'll be really pretty. And you could probably even do this on top of the glossy cardstock as well. You just want to make sure that you let it dry first. You just try that since this piece has been dry for a while. Let me actually grab another one because I think that one's empty, if not almost empty. There we go. So you can just add a little bit of a shimmer to your cardstock, buddy. Here, I've got a little helper in here with my stamping today. Okay, so there are your pieces. Just like that. The only thing you have left to do is your sentiment. So we're going to go ahead and do that now so we can trim it out. I can show you how that works as well. So what I did was, on this one, I just did Tickled Pink for You. And I did it in a different color to kind of make it stand out. That's up to you. This has a lot of really great sentiments. Tickled Pink for You. I love you kind of a lot. Congratulations. That was awesome. Let's do one congratulations instead. So all we're going to do is we're going to grab our block, and this could be like a great congratulations for your retirement because it looks very peaceful and Florida-like, where a lot of people tend to retire to. That's where I would go, be closer to Disney World. We're going to stamp this in archival black and just stamp it to the side. And then we're going to take the banner triple punch. And I find when you're doing this, it's easiest if you flip it over so you can kind of see where your words end so you don't cut anything off. As you can see, just right there on the edge, that's the letters peeking through. So I'm going to back it out a little bit. And you can always go back and trim, which I kind of tend to do a lot. Let's see what that looks like. Actually, that one's pretty good. So I sometimes will keep feeding it in if I have a longer piece and cut closer to the edge. So that's another thing you can do. And I'm going to just take the Flirty Flamingo marker and just kind of outline the piece of this just so it's a little bit cohesive with the color scheme. And you could do this with your ink pad if you don't have it. You just kind of dip it in instead of sponging the edge. So instead of dragging along, you just dip. So that works out really easy. Okay, so let me show you how to put this card together. We can wrap this up and hopefully everything will work out so I can post it right away. All right, so we're going to set our pieces on the side for now. I just want to show you one other thing. So this is going to go on the back. I'm going to use Fast Fuse on this. This will fit in a standard size card envelope because it does fold flat. Okay. All right, so the easiest way to do this, I'm going to show you two different ways and you have to pick which one you want to do. So you can do this so your pieces are here and here, and then your bridge will cover them up. Or you can do them so your pieces are on top and they cover your bridge. That is just personal preference, okay? You do it whatever way you want to do it. I'm doing mine like this, so it's covering the bridge. So to get it so it covers, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fold one of your sides down. It doesn't matter which one. You could do it this way or you can do it this way. But you kind of want to make it so your piece is completely flat on your card so you know where it's going to go. So I'm going to just put some fast fuse here at the end. And at this end as well. Okay, and then I'm going to, again, so press this flat and kind of eyeball it before you give it a press. Make sure it's lined up the way you like it. Okay, and then press. All right, and then there you go. That way it'll fold either way for your card, and it stands up, okay? Then we're going to just put this on here as well. Little fast fuse. Just cover this up. And you can kind of bring it down to the bottom. That way these are together. It looks a little nicer. Same thing over here. Just bring it so it matches up at the bottom. All right, we have our card. Here we go. And then we're going to just put our flamingo over here. I'm going to put him on again with some dimensionals because I thought it was a little more fun that way. Let me see, where is he going to stick? So more, one on the body. I think you might have to do a tiny one on the head. Tiny one on the head, and I'm going to do just a part of one for the foot, just so the foot doesn't get ripped off of there accidentally. Okay, so we're going to just pull these off. Just have to attach our sentiment, and we're good. As always, I thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry this took so long to get this video out. I don't know what happened with that YouTube thing the other day. It was so sad. I had like a little bit of time, and I'm like, well, let me just do it. And I did a YouTube live, so that's why it didn't really save as good as it normally would have, I suppose. I'm not really sure about that either. I'm just going to just put that on there with dimensionals, okay, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this on with dimensionals too, because I think it'll be more fun. I'm just going to decide where I want to put it. We'll go down here at the end. But it made me so sad. I thought it saved 30 seconds, and I thought, that can't be right. Maybe the rest of it, because sometimes when you straighten out your video so it doesn't have motion or blur, it takes a little bit for it to edit it, but nope, never happened. So there you go. And if you don't want to cover your water, you could put this across the background. Just depends on how you want to do it. But anyway, there's another version of that card. Here's the first one. I also, on this other one here, I added in a little bit of, I forgot to show you that part. There's a seagrass in here, and I did this with Tranquil Tide. So you could put that on there as well if you wanted to add a little bit more visual interest to it. You could even put some on the back if you like. But there are two versions. This one is on Garden Green. This one's on Always Artichoke. Which one's your favorite? I know a lot of people don't use Always Artichoke, but it is really one of my favorite colors. I also use it a lot for Christmas cards, that and Garden Green, but I like it a lot. It's really a deep, nice color to me, and maybe you don't use it often, so this will give you another great reason to use it. But guys, thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions on signing up as a demo or about anything that you would like to see a video made on, please feel free to contact me at rachthestamper@gmail.com. Thanks as always for watching. Have a great weekend.